Welcome to Daily Hope. I'm Jeff Pearson with Caring Ministries here at North Coast Calvary Chapel. If you're like me, you've had moments when you've woken up in the morning overwhelmed by all the problems that you're dealing with. Maybe it was a medical diagnosis, unpaid bills, unresolved conflict, or just being in a season that was heavier than you expected. When we are in those moments, they have a way of shrinking our world down to the problems right in front of us. And that's where the prophet Elisha's servant found himself in 2 Kings chapter 6. He wakes up, steps outside, and sees an army surrounding the city. From his perspective, it's over. There's no escape, no strategy, no hope. And he does what any of us would do in that situation. He panics. And now let's read 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 16 to 17 to see how Elisha responds to this. "Don't be afraid," the prophet answered. "Those who are with us are more than those who are with them." And Elisha prayed, "Open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see." Then the Lord opened the servant's eyes, and he looked, and he saw the hills full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. What's striking is what Elisha doesn't pray. He doesn't ask God for help. He doesn't ask God to change the situation. He doesn't ask God to remove the enemy. He simply asks God to help his servant see what's already true. And suddenly his eyes are opened, and he sees the hills full of horses and chariots of fire, God's army already in place, already surrounding the enemy that was surrounding them. The real miracle in this story isn't that God showed up, it's that God helped someone see that he was already there. So often, our greatest need isn't a new miracle. It's a new vision, not different circumstances, but a different perspective. Not a change in what's around us, but a change in what we're able to notice. And that's what prayer does for us. Prayer doesn't just move God's hand, prayer opens our eyes. It helps us to see God's presence in places where fear once dominated. It helps us to recognize that we're never as alone, outnumbered, or overwhelmed as we feel. Maybe today there's an area of your life where you feel surrounded, a problem that feels bigger than your resources, a situation that feels like it's closing in. What if the most important prayer you could pray isn't, "God, fix this," but, "God, open my eyes"? Open my eyes to your presence. Open my eyes to your protection. Open my eyes to the ways that you're already at work. Because what we see isn't all there is. And the same God who surrounded Elisha is surrounding you.